Hello folks, slightly different sort of video this time round. Having a look at my old layout. This one's called Broadmead Yard. This is a layout I've been making maybe for the last 6 years or so. This is the layout that was sort of constructed in stages while I was at university, not actually having the layout at university. So it didn't get very far. And it's shortly due to be scrapped because I haven't really got anywhere to store it anymore. And I'm moving on to new projects. So this video is basically just going to be me having a bit of a waffle about some of the things I did right and some of the things I didn't. So without further ado, so here we go. It's full of junk, as usual, for anything that I own basically. But there's a fairly simple track plan, so let's start with a look at that. We have hidden exit running down, and it's basically just the standard Inglenook shunter type thing. Is that the right term? 2 short sidings for 3 wagons, 1 long siding that sort of pretends to go off over here somewhere. And we can do the classic 6, 3 and 3 shunting puzzle. It's built as a bit of a goods yard, and one of the things I didn't really do very well on this layout was sort of prototypical track. So we have a supposed main line running down the middle, which comes straight out of a tunnel, straight off into a set of points, and straight into a small yard. Perhaps not the most realistic in terms of track plan. So moving swiftly on. The back scene has various bits missing because it used to sit up against a window here. One of the things I did that I was quite pleased with was put corners, or rounded corners in the sky. Gives it a nice little sort of finish there, but I don't know if you can see here. There's some sort of bubbling and stuff at the top where I used the wrong type of glue to fix it all. So some bits look alright and some sort of don't really. I've also modified the back scene down here with some extra buildings cut out. And you can see I never really finished this layout because there's all sorts of bits missing. But there's another section that was supposed to go here that would cover up some of this and make it look a little bit better. Incidentally, this truck is remote controlled. This building is modified one that came free with a magazine. This building came free with a magazine, slightly modified. This building came free with a magazine, slightly modified. The building that was supposed to go here came free with a magazine that's been slightly modified. And they're all various card kits that I've used different brick textures over, or in this case shortened around, chopped and changed a little bit. This platform with the slightly funky shape to it is the first, I suppose you could call it a building, first building I ever really scratch built. And that went quite well, so I'm quite pleased with that. Although I don't think I'll have any excuse to reuse it on the next layout, which is a shame. All this retaining wall took me absolutely ages to build because it was really boring and I didn't want to do it, so I kept putting it off. But we got there in the end. I'm quite pleased with the tunnel as well and the smoke effect at the top. All of this grass and stuff is just hanging basket liner. And I did attempt, because this building is based on sort of the Kent sort of Downs area, I did attempt some bits like this of putting some of the chalk sort of slips in. Kind of worked, I guess. Reasonably happy with it. Another thing is all these buildings have lights that I never got around to plugging in. And the control panel is a very nice, simple one, 2 points or 1 control knob. It's a sort of a centre off type. And that's a good point. I probably should show you the control system and some of the underneath stuff on the layout. So let's pull the camera off and have a look at that. So down here underneath the layout we have the controller, which sort of sits in a little cradle at the back. I don't know if that's focused properly. The Morley Vector twin track controller, which I quite like. It's got quite good slow speed control. But again, I don't think I'll be reusing it on the next layout because I'm planning to do a bit more stuff with Arduino and sort of digital control. So we'll see how that goes. The points are all Electrofrog, so there's the motors and stuff with the switching built in under here somewhere. And the other thing is, so these uncoupling ramps here. Let's see if I can show you that. They lift up the control on the front. That basically rotates, where is it? A cam. That's the one at the back. Let's have a look at the one at the front. So hopefully you can see that cam rotating. Let's just lift up the section on the front. There's two, one at the beginning of each section there, and one here, so that you can do the whole sort of shunting puzzle thing hands-free, which I think is probably one of the best things I did on this layout. So that is pretty much that. I'm not sure how much of this is going to get recycled. Well, all of it's going to get recycled as much as possible, but not all of it's going to get reused on a next layout. Which is a bit of a shame, but I think I've learnt quite a lot from this. Mostly do your research and your track plan properly. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it, but it is time to move on, I think.